So if you're interested in what it's like to create panoramic landscape photography images with the Fujifilm GFX 50S, that's a bit of a mouthful, isn't it? Then this might just be the video for you. Plus, I'm going to be sharing with you a discount code where you can purchase some film simulation presets from my website. Welcome, my name is Stephen, and I'm a landscape photographer based in New Zealand. And in today's video, we're going to be taking out the Fujifilm GFX 50S with the Fujinon GF 45 to 100mm f4 lens out to do some panoramic landscape photography for the very first time. For the last 3 years, I've been creating my landscape photography images with my Mamiya 6 film camera, which is a medium format camera. And recently it broke and I decided to go into digital and I got the Fujifilm GFX 50S, and I'm really enjoying having the flexibility of shooting different aspect ratios. And one aspect ratio that I've really been fascinated with is the 6:17 aspect ratio, and I really love its wide but yet quite narrow compressed view. So in today's video, we're going to go out and create some 6:17 images. We've got 2 colour images that we're going to be creating, and we've got 1 black and white image. So just as a bit of a heads up, the colour panoramic images that you're going to be seeing in the video today have had my film simulation presets applied to them. The first panoramic image you're going to look at has had the Kodak Ektachrome preset, and the second image has the Fujifilm VLV 50 preset added to them. And towards the end of the video, I'm going to be sharing with you a discount code where you can go and purchase these film simulation presets for 35% off. And that discount will run to the end of October, 31st of October, so be quick to get them. At the end of the video, I'm also going to give you a bit of an update on a few other things. I've got my update on my Mamiya 6 film camera. Where's that up to? I've got some fine art prints that I'm going to be listing for sale on my store very soon. I'm going to be giving you a bit of an update on the book that I'm making. And I'm also going to be giving you a bit of an update on some one-to-one mentoring sessions that are going to be going live on my website soon. So look, there's lots of things to get through. But first, before we get into all that, let's go out and do some landscape photography. I really hope you enjoy the video, and I really hope you enjoy the images. What a beautiful scenery this is. So we are just getting set up for a panoramic shot here, and I've just set my tripod up. I've got a little bit of a tip for you. If you've got an iPhone, there's an app that comes with your iPhone called Measure, and it has a level feature. You'll probably see on my screen here, and it moves around. And you can just place it on the top of your tripod, and then just rotate it and just make sure that it stays green. And that's a nice easy way to make sure that your tripod's set up nice and level for when you're doing panoramic shots. So I think we're in luck tonight. We could be on for a good sunset. Sunset's at 7:30 and it's currently 7:20, and the sunset is behind us. And here we have this beautiful scene in front of us that we're going to set up for a panoramic shot. And as you can see, there's lots of medium and high level cloud. And off in the distance just there are some gaps in the cloud, so I'd say there's a 90% chance we could get some nice glow on these clouds. And in a second I'm going to set my camera up with a telephoto lens, probably 40mm focal length, and just do a sweeping panorama. I'm just waiting for the light to come down a little bit because there's some quite stark contrast shadow areas in the landscape at the minute that I don't like. So as the sun dips down over the horizon, or gets closer to the horizon, the hills in the landscape will block the light and will make those shadows go away. And as you can see as we're talking, they're actually starting to do that right now. So I'm going to get the camera set up and get ready. So the light's starting to drop, as you can just see behind me here. Getting some nice quiet light, you know, some nice light in the sky now. I just want to show you my setup quickly. I have just dropped my tripod down a little bit, and that's because I wanted to move my camera closer to the ground so that I could get more of the foreground in. I'm just going to show you quickly. So this is the composition we're working with here. And as you can see, on the left, let's just increase this exposure quickly. On the left here we've got some trees, and then we've got this line that runs in, a line that runs through the bottom of the composition here, and then we've got the hill, volcano, or whatever that is, and this line continues on the bottom, and we've got some more trees here. So we've got a bit of an S-curve going on through the panorama, and we've got some interest on the left, and the hill in the middle, and then we've got the trees on the right, and the trees on the left and the right kind of frame this volcano in the middle. So the light's starting to turn good now, so I'm going to start to take these shots, and we are at f16, single autofocus, and yeah, so we're just going to take the first shot here on the screen. So we'll start with the trees, 2-second timer, we're at f16. I'm going to do 50% overlap. And there we go. So yeah, it's looking beautiful on the back of the screen. We get some really nice colours now. And it's a nice low contrast scene with not so nice leading lines. So we might have had the best of the shots here. This smoke that's drifting in, someone's obviously lit a fire, it's just drifting right into the scene. It could work out quite nicely if I get that smoke drifting right across the image. It could give a kind of fog appearance to the image. So we're just going to hang around for 10-15 more minutes and just see what that smoke does. I think we've got the best shots already. There is a little bit of a kind of light starting to come on the clouds just up here. So I don't think we're finished quite yet. But it's a beautiful scene. Very lucky to live where I live, that's for sure. Anyway, I'm going to continue shooting, and then, yeah, hopefully we get some more good shots. So I managed to get one more panoramic set done, and the light is well and truly all but gone. We're now into the blue hour. As you can see, there's lots of blue in the sky. Yeah, so today's been quite an interesting one because I was just at home having some dinner and I was looking out the window and I noticed there were some high level clouds, and I wasn't planning going out today to do some photography at all, and I just thought I'd just go for a drive and see if I could find a composition and make good use of these high level clouds. And there's some landmark features around my house. We've got Mount Panoramic and we've got this little mountain here. And I haven't got any photos of this little one here really. I recently did a photo shoot at Mount Panoramic. I did a panoramic there with the Fujifilm GFX 50S too, and I'll leave a link so you can go and watch that. But today I was just driving around really, and I just pulled up at a scene that I thought that worked. It looked like it was a panoramic type shot. And I was just walking up and down the fence with my phone and just checking my viewfinder app and just trying to see if I could get a composition to work. And I was walking up and down the road and I just couldn't quite get a composition because of how far I was away from this hill that rolls off. So there's quite a lot of grass in the foreground, and I wanted to get to the edge of that grass because it kind of like went out and then it fell off. It falls off quite quickly into this kind of valley that you can see behind us here. And there's one of the neighbours who lives next to this this farmland here just came out, so I waved him down and kind of chanced my luck, hoping that he would let me into his property. And he said, yeah, fine, go ahead. He said, just jump over the fence and take some photos. And I'm really glad he let me do that because it's worked out to be a beautiful scene. So I really hope you enjoyed watching that video, and I hope you appreciated the images. I did actually go on to create another panoramic image with my camera. I had a different ISO setting, it was ISO 800, and I decided to edit it in a black and white, and I'll put it up now for you to see, and I hope you enjoy it. So here are all the panoramic photos together. We've got 2 colour panoramic photos and then 1 black and white panoramic photo. What do you think of the colour presets? Can you tell the difference? Please leave some comments down below on what you think. Do you think they resemble traditional slide film? Obviously you can't replace slide film with digital, but in terms of the colours, just leave me some comments. That'd be greatly appreciated. So before we get into the updates, I just want to say a big thank you to everybody who watched my previous video where I talked about why I quit my job. And I just want to say a big thank you to everyone who commented with your supportive comments. It was greatly appreciated and warmly received, so thank you very much. So right then, so let's get into some updates. So my Mamiya 6 film camera is with the insurance company, and they've offered me a number because they can't replace it, so they're giving me a figure to replace it. They're still evaluating the lens, the 50mm lens, but it looks like they're going to give me a payout, some cash, and I'll go out and buy another Mamiya 6 camera with a 50mm lens. So I don't yet have my Mamiya 6 film camera back, but I'm very much looking forward to getting it back because I need to use it. I need to finish off these projects that I'm working on. So at the start of the video, I talked about the Lightroom presets that I have for sale. Essentially, I've created 3 Lightroom presets. One is for Kodak Ektachrome, one is for Fujifilm Velvia 50, and one is for Fujifilm Provia 100F. And I basically created these presets using ITA color targets that I use to calibrate my scanner And these ITA colour targets have been photographed with each of those films. And I basically took a photograph of them with my camera and then colour matched them in Lightroom. And I've got them for sale on my website. And it's a great way to support me if you want to do that. They're reasonably cheap. And I've got a discount code that you can now use to go and purchase those to get yourself 35% off those presets. I hope you enjoy them. Take a look. The discount code runs to the 31st of October, so if you think you want them, get them quick. So very soon I'm going to be developing the store on my website further. I will be selling fine art, limited and unlimited edition prints through my website, and I'm trying to team up with a crowd in the UK called the Print Space. They are a fine art print fulfillment service. They are run by professional photographers, and they also print on the paper that I use, which is Mamiya Pearl, and they also provide certification for limited edition prints. I haven't yet decided on which print is going to be limited and unlimited, something I've got to work through. But just to give you a heads up, keep an eye out, and my store will soon be embellished with lovely fine art prints for sale. So I've started the design of my book, and I've got a book designer on board. He's a guy called Tizian Trispiola from Amsterdam, and he also has a YouTube channel called Ion Films, and he's a film photographer himself. He's also a designer. So very excited to be working with him. We've only just started the design process, and he recently sent me through some draft cover samples, and I'll put one up just quickly for you to look at. Quite excited about this. I'm very looking forward to seeing this book materialise into something that I can hold in my hand, as I'm sure you are as well. And I've also got some prints from City Print in New Zealand. I've got some quotes for them to make my book, and they sent me some samples through. So we've got some nice big prints here. Just been trying to work out what paper to use. So they sent me through a 140 GSM uncoated paper and a 150 GSM satin coated paper. And I'm leaning towards the satin because of the way it's rendering the image. I do think we will go for a slightly thicker paper for the limited book that we will be making. And there will be an unlimited version of the book. I think the limited version will be limited to 100 copies, and the unlimited version will be about 300, I think, from memory. So very excited about it. Got some sample images here. We've got some black and white images, all looking very good. I've been looking through and testing them against my computer. We do need to make some adjustments with sharpness and brightness. Some more images, and there's another one. So yeah, it's very slowly starting to come together. I'm very excited about it, and I will be keeping you guys updated about this book. So very soon I'm going to be launching some one-to-one mentoring sessions on my website, and there'll be two options. There'll be an online option where we'll work with Zoom or some sort of video facility, and then there will be one-to-one in-person options for those who are able to meet one-to-one and in person. And they'll be designed to suit the needs of each photographer based on a questionnaire that looks to assess what their strengths and weaknesses are, and it'll be something that's measurable. So keep an eye out for that. If you're interested, leave some comments down below. If you've got any ideas on what you think these one-to-ones should look like, then I'm also interested to hear about that as well. So please leave some comments, greatly appreciated. So that's it for today's video. I really hope you enjoyed it. I hope you're having a fantastic weekend and your next week is equally as fantastic. Bye for now, take care, see you soon.